Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about politics. So specifically, I'm making a prediction today. I am predicting now, in 2018, that John Krasinski will run for president in 2024. Now, I know that's a bold statement, so I need to present some evidence for that. I think the evidence for this is based on the roles that he is choosing in his career, and then also the overall state of politics in America today. This makes a lot of logical sense, and I think this is pretty much a lock. As far as I think this prediction has a high probability of coming true. So let me walk you through it. Okay. So one of the things that has happened, by the way, I'm just going to mention this. Jon Favreau is doing a podcast called The Wilderness. The Wilderness has to be listened to everybody on both the red and the blue side. By the way, let me add to my prediction. John Krasinski will be running for the red party in America, not the blue party in America. Red party would be, somebody who's on the red side of politics in America would be somebody who lives in the American heartland and drives a Ford F-150. Somebody who's on the blue side in politics in America would be someone who lives in the northeast part of America and drives a Subaru Outback. Okay? He will absolutely be running for the red team, without a doubt. All right, so let me explain why. So one of the biggest reasons why is just the path that's already been paved and the facts on the ground now, which are different than they've ever been before. Okay, so one of the things is in 1980 we had Ronald Reagan. He was a major celebrity president who had come from celebrity. And then and essentially used the path paved by celebrity and drove along that road directly into political power, right? In fact, the most political power in the entire world, which is the U.S. presidency, right? So basically, Ronald Reagan is like probably the most beloved president for the Blue Party. Except maybe Lincoln. I think only Lincoln might be higher than Reagan as far as Ronald Reagan would be the most beloved party president for the Red Party, other than Lincoln, right? So Lincoln, then Ronald Reagan, and he's an absolute legend within the Red Party. Okay, so and basically now again we have seen that the road to celebrity paves the way to political power again. So the Red Party in 2016 brought forward Trump, right? And now Trump has the presidency. So celebrity political power. Celebrity political power. This has been seen twice since 1980, and you're only talking less than 40 years. And you have two major presidents who have ridden celebrity directly into political power. This path is paved. The road is shown, right? And I think what has really changed since the Trump presidency is I think it will be absolutely virtually impossible for any traditional politician to ever win the presidency again. And the reason why is the thing that I think Trump figured out and also absolutely cemented is the person who controls the camera wins the White House. Done. Right? You can have a good message, and if you can't control the cameras, you are not going to get in. You can have a bad message, and if you control the message, you're going to get in. This is just a pure and utter fact, right? In my opinion. I guess it's not a fact. I think that's absolute lock solid, done and done, right? The Reds or the Blues, ignore that at their peril, okay? Now, the Reds have figured this out. I think on the Red side, they understand this because they've seen success from it. You don't have to sell them on this. They've seen that celebrity leads directly to political power. This is just a lock at this point. I think the Democrats, especially if you listen to Jon Favreau's The Wilderness podcast, which everybody on the red and the blue side should listen to, what he's doing there is he is doing an absolutely unbelievable postmortem on the 2016 election and saying how the Democrats can win the 2020 election. I think he knows this 2020 election for the Blue Party better than anyone. right? And if you're listening to him, it is clear as day. It is almost impossible for the Blue Party to win that election in 2020. It is virtually impossible. And the reason why, there's a whole host of reasons why. The 12-part podcast that he's already done will just explain that far better than I can. If you are interested in politics at the slightest level, you have to listen to the Wilderness. I disagree with virtually everything that Jon Favreau believes, right? But his method is unassailable. And so the postmortem he's doing and the breakdown of the history of the Blue Party and how they can restore what they've lost is, I've never seen anything like it. He just does such a tremendous job, okay? So, but the point is, right, that if you're looking at the smartest people on the blue side and they're breaking it down, they just have so much to fix within the next 2 years that it's virtually impossible for them to win, right? So 2020, no good, solid candidate, in my opinion, is really going to run for election in 2020. I do believe that Trump will not run in 2020, which I think it's going to be a free-for-all for the Republicans. But I think they're going to be able to just put somebody in there and run. Now, why do I think? Now, here's the thing. I think John Krasinski will run in 2024, and here's why. It is the roles he is selectively choosing. And this is the first time I've ever seen this in my life. I think you are looking at a future candidate projecting their policy platform through the roles they are choosing, which is absolutely brilliant and is the way that you win a presidential election going forward, because I think going forward, only celebrities will actually be viable candidates for the presidency. Now, let me be super clear. I have a degree in political science, right? I'm not saying that politicians, senators, and governors, and and Congress people, they all have a very important role to play in politics as advisors. They absolutely should not be the face of any of their parties any longer. That job is now going to be given to celebrities going forward, period. This is done, right? Now, I think both parties, the Red Party is already sold on this because they've already won twice within the last 40 years with it, right? Blue Party doesn't even have this on their map. They actually think that politicians can run as presidential candidates, which is a ridiculous idea, okay? So I think John Krasinski sees this, and he is very calculatedly choosing specific roles, and then what he's doing with the roles he's chosen is he is projecting his policy platform with the roles he's choosing. Let's count them down, all right? So first and foremost is The Office. So, of course, he was Jim. John Krasinski was Jim in The Office. And what's that got to do with the price of biscuits, right? Well, he's projecting labor, right? So he's saying, I understand the importance of labor. I understand that this country has companies, and those companies need to make money. I understand that there are people who work there. They need to be treated as well. He's projecting his understanding of labor, which is a critical component for success within the United States of America. Okay? All right, 13 hours. What's he projecting with 13 hours, his film 13 hours? He is projecting patriotism. Okay? Quiet Place. Okay, this movie made $17 million and made $300 million. It was an absolute smash for Paramount. Okay? It was one of their most successful movies of the year as far as ratios of what they paid for it and what it made. Okay, so he directed that. He starred in it, right? So he's saying, he's saying, I know both sides of the camera, right? And so John Krasinski here is showing his craft with the camera, but what policy is he projecting? Well, he's projecting two. He's projecting family. He made that movie literally with his real wife, Emily Blunt. And then he's projecting agriculture. The movie took place on a farm. Okay? All right. Last is Jack Ryan. Major role for Amazon Prime. Amazon dumped literally millions of dollars into the show. Millions, right? And it was very expensive. What policy is he projecting there? He is projecting Homeland Security, that he cares about Homeland Security. He's knowledgeable of it. He understands the different, how tech is mixed in there, how action is mixed in there. So for the first time, so celebrity to political power, that's not new, right? Now we see a celebrity recognizing 5-10 years before he needs the role, I'm going to start using my actor roles to project my policies so that when I run for president, I don't need to tell anybody my policy platform because they've already watched it, right? So, and the other issue is, John Krasinski also, he's going to be able to control the camera. Why is he going to be able to control the camera? Well, primarily two main reasons, right? Height and charisma, and intelligence. So he's very tall. That's a major thing needed in politics. It shouldn't be, but it absolutely is, and it's absolutely going to help. People respond to height, right? And this isn't me saying it. There is just study after study after study that proves this, right? Charisma. He's, it's like chock full of charisma, right? And he's intelligent. He's proven that with his directing. He's proven that with his acting. He's intelligent. He's charismatic. He's tall. And he is literally projecting, this is all my opinion, and this is all my prediction, right? He's projecting his policy platform with his roles. So just follow it through. Office, labor. 13 Hours, patriotism. Quiet Place, family and agriculture. Jack Ryan, Homeland Security. That's a red policy platform if I ever heard one, right? Here's my prediction. John Krasinski runs for president in 2024. He runs on the red side. He is smart enough not to run in 2020. 2020 is going to be tough. I really think it's a lock. I don't even think it even matters who the Reds are going to run. I think they're going to win it, right? So really, I think this, and the reason why is the Blues are. The real reason why I think the Blues are going to get beat in 2020 is they're fighting amongst themselves. They have virtually no unity, right? Their policy platform is all over, right? And one of their main candidates right now is Bernie Sanders. So and Bernie Sanders, here's my issue with Bernie Sanders. I think Bernie Sanders is a really smart guy, right? I think he's really genuine. I think he really believes everything he's saying. That's kind of rare, right? But here's the problem. I hate to say this. He is not a young man, right? And the physical and emotional and mental demands of a U.S. presidency run are immense. I think he was highly strained from the last one, and going through that again, I don't know if he could do it. Not because he's weak or in any way. It's just the demands of a presidential run. It drains you. I mean, it just physically, emotionally, and mentally drains you. Right, and I'm not sure if I think they drained him in the last one. I just don't know if he can make it all the way through. Right, I'm really certain. I really predict that John Krasinski is setting up his run for the president for his presidential run in 2024 right now, and I think you can see that in his roles. Thank you very much. Please consider liking and subscribing.